settings related to integration, then we'll switch on to EWM. Okay. Basis setup for EWM connectivity, and we maintain EWM specific parameters. So basically, I remember somebody had asked me a question saying that how do we recognize whether a warehouse is a EWM specific or it's a WM specific or it's a decentralized warehouse. So this is a setting, I mean this is a very important configuration table through which we can govern, what kind of warehouse it is. So here we define, we created warehouse in ECC as per our demo sheet, as per our data sheet. If we open it, we'll see that our warehouse was WH8. This is the warehouse we created in ECC, and in this warehouse, we will mark it as ERP with extended warehouse management. Okay, so that means this warehouse, whenever our delivery is created for this warehouse, it is going to go to EWM for distribution. Okay, so then this is the normal WM. This is there, that warehouse is normal WM. This warehouse is there, that's a decentralized warehouse management where the WM, like EWM, resides in a different system. WM resides in a different system. So keep it E. You might during your projects might be required to do a combination of warehouses, but that's very rare. Either you'll have EWM or either you're any of these. We will be using either of these. Okay.
Hey Rohan, this is
Yes.
Hassan here.
Yes.
Quick question: when we implement EWM, can we implement without the WM as such?
Yes. See, it's either EWM or WM.
Yeah.
So your warehouse system, warehouse management will be done either by the SAP WM in ECC or by a EWM system. So we are assigning plant and storage location to a warehouse. Okay, so
that will take care of it.
Yeah, that will take care of it. That either
Got
of
it.
that is used. But you might have different storage location. One storage location you can have WM. One storage location you can have EWM.
Got that. Thank you.
Okay. Then, since we are using queued RFC technique for EWM, we have to select queue here. Okay. Then these are standard settings. Distribution immediately at the time of document creation. Okay. And then you have various check marks, whether you want the serial number to be determined in WM, EWM, basically match determination in EWM, whether GR can be posted from EWM. All these check marks are there, and just keep it as you have copied from template. So only in special cases we'll activate this. Okay. So the main setting here is what kind of warehouse it is. Then so you can see these are QRFC related settings, but they are as part of our node logistic execution, EWM integration. So mostly you will be doing the settings. Okay. So again, the SAP has recommended some more settings related to our EWM system. You remember yesterday we saw queue type. So which is the queue, which is where the sanity of data is checked. So that's in one queue. Then these are again standard recommendation by SAP for the RFC connections. That aggregation should be no aggregation and mask queue should be disabled. Okay. So these two entries are, these two settings are there for, not only for EWM, but this can also be used for, when you connect WM as a decentralized. So these settings, what basically they do is, so if we have a look at the queues, okay, if you observe carefully, that each delivery has its own queue. Okay. Now, what is the advantage of this? That each delivery can be individually checked, distributed, and if there is error in one delivery, it is not stopping the other deliveries, right? Other processes can continue. So any posting. So let's say, for example, you know you can see that this delivery, if the GR has failed, okay, then the next confirmation from EWM of you know post confirming the put away done will also fail. So what is happening is, for the same delivery, if one posting is pending, the other posting will lie in the queue waiting for the first one to be cleared. Okay. And this relation is kind of uh, mm, it's not there for on generic basis, on a delivery basis, but it is an individual delivery basis. Okay, so this gives us a lot of flexibility that if a delivery has a problem, that delivery only will have a hold in the queue, others keep on processing, no effect. And why sticking to that, the main problem would be that if there is some issue, the subsequent postings after the issue should not get processed. So delivery level standard interface will take care of that, that subsequent posting. Let's say, for example, we did a good receipt and we put it into quality stock, and then we converted the quality to unrestricted. But let's say the good receipt has failed, so the next posting of quality to unrestricted will also fail, because your good receipt has failed. So related to that delivery. Okay, so you will see such more number of LUWs, we call them. Yeah. So this settings controls that you are creating a single queue for a delivery, and the subsequent queues are kind of coming one behind the other, and there are no aggregation. That means these queues are not aggregated at delivery level. So you can imagine, in WM, or initially what used to be that there used to be just one queue, DLW star. So if one delivery had failed, from a decentralized warehouse, so all other queues would get failed. All other deliveries would lie in the queue. So when we would have removed the issue for the first delivery, then the other deliveries would have been processed. Even the correct ones would lie in the queue. So that kind of queue issues are now sorted with queued RFC. So this is very flexible. You can work, and you can it only stops, only the error ones are displaying here. It does not affect the good ones. So this setting controls that. Then next set of setting is your logging, okay, of error messages. So whenever we here we go. So whenever we receive message via queue, we want to log success and error message both. Okay, why we need success message also? Because if in case something has been processed and we want to see how the data was determined. Okay, so the logging you can see in SLG1 transaction. Okay, so again, SLG1 transaction we are going to use a lot when we want to analyze something. So whatever I have done, or through some user ID done in the system, it will get logged here if you have activated log. Okay. So EWM, we generally in EWM also, and in ECC also, we activate the log, so that since their postings are happening in background, we need to understand how things were carried out, and if we want to analyze something. Okay, so this is again SAP independent. Then again, by the time we get a log for today, we'll see the next setting. So next setting is register navigation from queue. So this is one-time activity, when you implement